There is a saying, you want to go fast, but for a shorter distance, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. Nyeze, Minister of Justice, the leader of the and he's also our secretary for justice in the ruling party. Honorable Ziambe. Chairperson Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Uwe, by Mrs. Zembe, Permanent Secretary for Justice and Parliamentary Affairs, Ms. Wimbai Nyemba. Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service, Commissioner General Dr. Moses Cyril Chuovu, Service Chiefs here present, Namibia Correctional Services, Commissioner General Arati Amnyela, who is also the ACSA Secretary and the Dean of Southern Africa Corrections, Prisons, and what do you call it? Penitential. Are you now a diplomat? Penitential services. Heads and representatives of prisons. Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, the United Republic of Tanzania, Africa, and Zambia. Prisons and Correctional Service Commission, commissioners, senior government officials, senior officers, all stakeholders who have to do with this very important subject matter. Media, fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon to you all. It is with profound honor and privilege to address this historic inaugural African Parole System Conference, an event that speaks directly to the evolution of modern correctional policy and the future of restorative justice on our continent. This landmark occasion brings together the esteemed heads of correctional services from across the continent, alongside senior correctional officers, renowned policymakers, legal and rehabilitation experts, to shape a transformative agenda for correctional reform across our region, our continent, and beyond. On behalf of His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the government and the people of Zimbabwe, I extend a warm welcome to you all. Mauya, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, this conference convenes under the theme Advancing Restorative Justice, Strengthening Parole System for Safer and Rehabilitated Societies, an African Perspective with Global Collaboration. This theme aligns well with Second Republic's National Transformation Agenda, which prioritizes human dignity, rehabilitation and reintegration as pillars of a modern and responsive correctional architecture. It also captures Africa's collective ambition to advance systems that are data-driven and anchored in global best practices. In light of these foundational principles, the Republic of Zimbabwe stands as at a critical turning point in its national correctional reform journey. We therefore remain steadfastly committed to the establishment of correctional institutions that are modern, humane, technologically driven, and development. As we aspire to attain an upper middle income status, we are compelled to advance systems that uphold human dignity, strengthen community safety, and actively support offender rehabilitation, all of which serve the paramount overarching interests of sustainable national development. Distinguished guests, we undertook a comprehensive overhaul of our penal laws, culminating in the Prisons and Correctional Service Act, Chapter 723. This landmark registration is a critical enabler of our broader reform agenda. For decades, parole in Zimbabwe was narrow in scope, restricted largely to inmates with terminal illnesses. The new framework establishes a structured, transparent, and progressive parole system administered by a state parole board that prioritizes evidence-based rehabilitation, supervised reintegration, reduction of reoffending, and enhanced public safety. Through this system, we aim to cultivate citizens who re-enter society as productive and law-abiding participants in national development. Furthermore, this modern evidence-based approach to parole will strategically assist in decongesting our correctional facilities, many of which have long burdened by overcrowding. It also improves the living conditions of inmates and creates the necessary operational space for the implementation of effective and comprehensive rehabilitation programs. When rehabilitation succeeds, the dividends are immediate and measurable, namely, communities become safer, families regain stability, and social cohesion is strengthened. This successful social infrastructure creates an enabling environment necessary for accelerated economic growth. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the critical legislative forms I have mentioned above, government approved the establishment of the Pathways to Reintegration Foundation to be launched in 2026. This institution will operationalize the coordinated post-release support model, providing structured post-release support to transitioning offenders. Its mandate encompasses the strategic mobilization of resources, the provision of robust mentorship programs, essential skills development, comprehensive psychosocial support, and the forging of proactive community partnerships. This is a flagship initiative in our Leaving No One and No Place Behind agenda, a strategic investment in people, rehabilitation, and national stability. Alongside these vital legislative and reintegration reforms, government continues to assign high priority to the development of smart prisons and modern correctional infrastructure. We are currently engaged in a systematic national process of constructing new purpose-built prison facilities, extensively rehabilitating existing ones, and incorporating advanced digital technologies to strengthen offender management and operational systems. These substantial efforts are complementary to our reintegration strategy by creating correctional environments that are secure and conducive to personal transformation. Invited guests, we gather today. As we gather today, it is essential to recognize the value for continental and global collaboration. Zimbabwe acknowledges that it cannot and indeed should not endeavor to walk this transformative path in isolation. There is a saying, you want to go fast, but for a shorter distance, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. I therefore urge you all, correctional services, institutions across the African continent, to make full and strategic use of established platforms, such as the African Correctional Services Association and the International Corrections and Prisons Associations. Through these collaborative platforms, we can collectively build correctional systems that are more resilient, modern, and aligned to our developmental needs. Systems that will advance safety, justice, and human dignity across our entire continent. Ladies and gentlemen, as we officially commence this four-day conference, I urge you to engage with intellectual honesty and operational clarity. The invaluable insights you bring draw your diverse jurisdictions and profound operational experiences will be vital in shaping Zimbabwe's parole regulations. These regulations must be crafted in a manner that is not only practical and implementable, but also responsive in our unique national realities. I wish you all a productive, enriching, and meaningful deliberations throughout the course of this significant conference. Together, let us advance the principles of restorative justice, strengthen our parole systems, and build safer, thoroughly rehabilitated societies rooted in enduring African wisdom and the benefits of robust global collaboration. It is now my singular honor and privilege to declare the inaugural parole system in Africa officially opened. I thank you.